when it comes to Avengers Endgame, everybody wants to know what is the next big piece of detail we can get into. So naturally, as we've discovered, since pretty much all the movies have come out, there's usually some foreshadowing that actually happens in them. So let's talk about Avengers Age of Ultron and how people think they've seen a little piece of info in there that could possibly be a hint towards who's dying. And of course, it's Tony and Steve. So during Age of Ultron, they say Endgame. And during a particular scene where Tony and, of course, Steve are talking, there's an interesting piece of dialogue where Steve suggests that, hey, we'll defeat this dude and we'll die trying, you know? And when that's brought up, Steve says, and we'll do that together. So a lot of people are taking this as it includes Endgame and him saying we'll die together trying, that this is sort of a hint towards the future, and that this is what they've been building up towards. Now, while I could see this as why people would naturally think of this, I have to remind people that Age of Ultron was directed by Joss Whedon, and they weren't planning that far ahead to what they were going to do. We know this, they've said this in interviews, so I think this is just sort of a happy accident, if that makes sense. You know, it just kind of happens, but at the same time, you never know, because maybe that is something that they always knew was the end game for them, right? They're like, okay, look, at the end, we want both of these important characters to pass on like the legacy of the Avengers to the younger crew, so we'll have them die stopping the bad guy, Thanos, who's been building up since the beginning. And that would honestly make a lot of sense, but I just don't know if this is a direct foreshadowing. But who am I to say, right? Because as we've learned recently, go back and watch Civil War, and you look at how they're split up, you know, sitting at the tables, you're like, oh damn, that's how the team was split up. Oh. So it could be little pieces that are in there, we're just not paying attention. But I guess we'll find out in a few months, right?